Television has run on the same three pillars for 30 years. This week, all three are cracking at once. The first pillar is the cable fee engine, the retransmission payments that kept local broadcasters solvent. Cord cutting has slowed that engine to a stall, putting $1.2 billion at immediate risk. The second pillar is advertising. But buyers and sellers can no longer agree on how many people actually watched. This ad measurement civil war has frozen the billion-dollar upfront deals that fund new programming. $1.3 billion in limbo. The third pillar was supposed to be the safe one. Sports rights held their value when everything else softened. But bidding has now outrun what any streaming service can recover from subscribers, $2.6 billion in exposure and climbing. Meanwhile, the streaming economy has its own structural rot. Ad-supported tiers launched fast and flooded the market. Too many ad slots, not enough premium inventory. Prices compress. $3 billion in projected ad revenue is already at risk, and the streaming subscriber is forming a new habit. Cycling in for a show, then cancelling. Rotating through services like a rental library rather than staying. That churn problem represents $2.9 billion in revenue that platforms can no longer count as sticky. The operating system threat adds another layer. Smart TV platforms, Roku, Fire TV, the built-in systems on Samsung and LG have quietly become the gatekeepers of the home screen. They now extract $2.6 billion worth of toll from every streaming service that wants to be found. Here is where the threats stop taking turns. Falling ad prices, the measurement war, and the subscriber churn problem are not separate crises. They feed each other. A platform that can't prove its audience can't command ad rates. Lower ad rates mean less money to retain subscribers. Fewer subscribers mean a smaller audience to measure. Longer-dated risks compound the picture. A wave of streaming library write-downs is building. $10 billion of content value that was capitalized at peak spending and will have to be marked down as usage data disappoints. Smart TVs are also quietly monetizing the audience itself, harvesting viewing data worth $3.5 billion annually in behavioral intelligence. The broadcaster no longer owns the relationship with the viewer. The device does. The companies with the least room to absorb all of this share a common profile. They carry heavy debt from the streaming build-out, have regional sports rights with no fallback revenue, or run advertiser-funded tiers caught between falling ad prices and rising content costs. For them, each of these threats is not a headwind. It is a margin event. What makes this sector dangerous to model is that each threat looks containable in isolation. One bad quarter, one round of churn, one sports deal that overpays, any single one is survivable. The structural problem is that they are not arriving in sequence. The floor is not gone, but it is no longer where the models say it is. That gap between the assumed floor and the real one, that is the blindside. Blindside tracks the structural threats that don't make the earnings call. The ones that are already in motion before the models catch up. Follow the full series for every sector. Blindside, because the threats that move markets rarely announce themselves.